Seriously? Hi. All right. Okay. I'm back. I am back. All right. God dang it. Drag it. That's today. I'm dragging. I'm an axe dragger. Let me turn that down. Get off that. Oh, boy. I am constantly coming up with more activities before I start this 11 o'clock in the morning live stream. Excuse me. And it's all good. It really is. It's all good. I love what I do. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all something. What's going on, Chaos? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Getting old, you better have done well in life. I'm gonna do a video about this. You better have done well in life. I would like to think I'm in shape somewhat. And there are some days when you literally, that was just some pre-workout. I'm gonna try to, you see how I chugged that down. Try to get, get in rhythm. My body knows on Fridays, I go buy my dinner and everything, sometimes literally before noon, because I know people get off early. Traffic starts earlier on Fridays, and I am like, I just want to stay in the house. And so my body knows, yo, this is relaxed day. Kick down. Don't do nothing. And I'm saying this as a person that's successful. I work on my own time. I can't imagine how it is for those that is. I can't imagine how my brother. I can't imagine how that guy lives. A person that is that has lived his life from a perspective of fun, and now is 63 this year, talking about how, yeah, I got a job. What? I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I really can't. Because there are some days when I just don't have it and I just don't want to do it. I can't imagine being this person, being a person that's saying, I gotta work. I couldn't imagine. I feel sorry for you. I'm laughing at you. Shame on you. You eat toilet sausages. I'm laughing at you. I'm trying to tell you. I watch Papa's House. Honestly, that's the best show in the world right now. It beat out Ancient Aliens. And the reason why I love Papa's House with Damon Wayans, I watched the episode yesterday where Marlon was on there. And you can tell some of the stuff that they were saying was real, because Marlon Wayans and Damon Wayans' son is only 10 years apart. So I can imagine when Marlon was 18, his son was 8, and he was talking about some stuff that they did. You got in trouble. Yeah, but they let him go. He was only 8. That's why they let him go. It's funny. And to see the Wayans, to see Damon Wayans, every time you see that guy do an interview, he talks with such grace. I don't know if y'all feel it, but he talks like he lived a great life. The dude looks awesome for 60. What is he, 62, 62 years old? Let me see. How old is comedian Damon Wayans? 64. Dude looks good for 64 years old. And he acts and is still the same. And you could tell he got old with grace. He's grace, because the way he was looking at his little brother, he was like, I was like, wow, it was real. You could tell it was real. And people, that's what life is about. I sure hated that a lot of you guys, I do. I sure hate it. God dang. I sure hated that a lot of you guys were sold this black people got to be tough. Black people got to be. I'm so sad he was sold that narrative, because you're going to get old. And when you get old, because I want to tell y'all something. My perspective and my narrative was, I will not, under circumstances zero, be living on a fixed income. It's not happening. Whatever I want, I'm going to do it. If I want to eat out every day, if I want to hire a maid, if I want to, I'm not being on Medicaid, Part B. I'm not being on none of that trash. It's not happening. This shit is beneath me. It's not happening. I'm not driving an old car. I'm not I'm not. I'm just. This not. It's not going to be me. One day, all you individuals that think y'all tough, got these old jiggy names. You're going to wake up one day and you're going to be old, and ain't nobody kicking it like I do. Because let me tell you something. I can tell y'all I get scared of stuff. I can tell y'all I'm what hurts me. Y'all ain't gonna listen to nobody break it down to you. Because like I tell people, life is the only thing we measured against. When you die, they're gonna look at your life. Life. I feel sorry for a lot of people, mainly black people. Black people is just, we are shit. We are. No other ethnic class allows their lower class a seat at the table. We allow our lower class, we allow the trash class to say you think and everybody can't and blah blah blah. We allow people that just made a mockery of life. We sit down there and we allow these individuals to sit at the table and think that their opinion actually matters. You got a lot of catching up in life to do. You don't even need to be sitting down. I will never speak to my mama again, not more so for what she said and how she treated me, but because I've seen her acting that way her entire life. Always coming up with a narrative how everybody is just, every man is against her. Every man just is trying to imprison her. Every man is, and then every man that was good to her. That's why I brought her boyfriend a car. I brought my mother's boyfriend a car as an apology for my trash mom. Yeah. Spent $16,000, brought this man a car, shipped it to him in Florida with as an apology. It's life, man. Life. That's why I watch the Wayans. That's why I watch Papa's House. I get to watch an old man that got old. Watched them in the 90s, watched them in the 2000s. Now that man, 64 years old, and bringing his son up through the ranks. You could tell the chemistry with Marlon Wayans and Damon Wayans' son, it was real. That was not made up. It was real. I'm watching the show last night, and I'm like, wow, that was real. I used to watch Orange County Choppers. I love that. Father and son. Red Jacket. I used to love that. Father and daughter. I love watching shows with family. It's you're gonna get old. It's the reason why. Listen, I'm gonna end it with this, and then I guess this is a rant. But I'm gonna say this before I get started. 17 minutes in. I do apologize. I brought my dog. What I decided to do. Go back to making $200 a day doing Lyft. I don't need the money. It's just going to go on my Lyft card just to say it. But I brought my dog. I brought another dog so my dog can have a companion when I leave home. It gives me great joy to know my dog has a companion. He's not in the house by himself. I say that to say this. I used to want a wife. I don't want one now. I set things up with the VA, and the week after next, I think, she said the second week of April. Anyway, I'm going to have a woman come to my house. Due to my medical conditions, I'm entitled to have somebody come to my house and wash my ass. I am entitled to have somebody come to that house and scrub my ass. But I'm not doing that for nothing more than a dry run. I did everything well in life. I am taken care of no matter what. For me, it's pick up the phone and call patient advocate of the Veterans Administration. When they say, "How you doing, Sergeant First Class?" "I'm well." "Well, actually, I'm not. I need blah, 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 blah." "Okay." Get a letter in the mail. They'll be here on blah, 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 blah. But I'm watching individuals have little mishaps and got to shop around for help. I'm watching people have to shop around for help. Let me throw a little idea at you. I want to be clear about something. Talking to all you ladies out there. Independent and a relationship don't go together. My kids come first and a relationship don't go together. If you ever said, "I don't need a man," you're going to give off that stench of you don't need a man. Just know that. A leopard does not change its stripes. For whatever reason you run around here claiming you don't need a man, cool. But just know this. You will never be in a relationship. You just committed yourself to being team hump and dump. I don't want to hump you. Really, I don't put my dick in nothing that don't love me. But I'm just saying, you just committed yourself to team hump and dump. All right. All right, 21 minutes in. Damn me. I'm back. I'm motherfucking back. I'm telling y'all some stuff right now you need to talk about because I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. All right, let's get it going. All right. So the other day the day prior to yesterday, I did this thing. I sat in here and I did this thing. The pre-workout just kicked in, by the way. I now can get this thing going. I'm sure when I sat down in here, y'all probably didn't notice. I felt like, really, all right. I feel it. It's kicking in. I got the power. A lot of you individuals go to court. And you bow down to a fake structure. Yeah, you do. Shut up. A lot of you go to court and you bow down to a structure that's not real. And because you bow down to a structure that's not real, that's where your downfall is. Let me say it again. A lot of you go to court. Pay attention. A lot of you go to court and you bow down to a structure that's not real. And then you fish around and you try to find real in it. They said this when I went down there. When I went down there, it was all females and they were laughing. Blah, 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 blah. Allow me to plant something in your head. It may be hard, You may have a hard nugget like me. You may have a nugget like you got one of these things. Allow me. What everybody gets the benefit from when they deal with me that has authority, and it is, I never did nothing wrong. So you will not talk to me like I'm a criminal. You may think you are, you're not. If you see the video that I did when the Virginia State Police pulled me over, and he kept saying you was going slow, 2 people almost ran into the back of you. I said they should have kept a safe distance. You should have pulled them over. What you pulling me over for? I said the speed limit on a bridge is minimum 35, maximum 55. I was driving 45. He said, no, it's not. It's 55. I said, so let me get this straight. You're a Virginia State Police. The state roads is your territory. And you don't know that? You don't know that? You mean, is that what you're telling me? Then, if you've seen the video, he finally started understanding and came on board to my curriculum. When I go to court, I carried the same perspective and narrative. I don't know what y'all carry to court, but I did not commit a crime. This is not criminal court. So I don't respect people. I don't. This is why I mentioned Atia LaShawn Bradley's name. I used to say my baby mom. I used to say Atia Bradley, but I make sure I put her whole name in there. Because if you fuck with me, I'm putting foots up in you. Like I tell individuals, I want to be clear when I say this. I want to be real clear when I say this. I'm not down with LGBT. I don't do that gay shit. But my boots are gay. Give me a second. My boots are gay. I wear LGBT boots. They love Judge Booty Hole. They love. I love putting my boot up in Judge Booty Hole. I want to be clear when I say that. I'm just not built for it. Maybe I am autistic, because when I go to court, everybody be looking at me like I'm a judge. Why are you talking to me like that? The bailiff pacing in front of me, I'm laughing at him. It's funny. Because what they try to do is put up an intimidation perspective, at least when I go. They try to put up this intimidation wall and say, don't go beyond that. And I'm like, excuse me, let me squeeze through here. Back to you. That's not what I asked you, Judge. Be quiet and let the judge talk. You're funny. That's not what I asked you. You guys are bowing down to stuff that don't exist. It don't. I'm telling you, it don't exist. So let's now shift this thing into the thing. Hearing officers. Finally, I'm mentioning it 27 minutes in. Hearing officers. Want to thank you guys for being here. Hey, listen, man, I just started the Veterans Legal Aid. I started that company back up. And Veterans Legal Aid is a company that I'm putting it in, and it's going to be $175 a month for issues helping veterans. So I'm going to look out for me. I'm going to do the backdrop on that wall right there, get things set up, and it's going to be all for us veterans. All right. So I'm going to set that up. No veterans. We're going to be able to help them get their stuff together, this and that, veterans. All right. So hearing officers. You know why they're called hearing officers instead of calling them what's that thing when you go into somebody and you just want them to be dispute. When you have a dispute, they're the people that settles disputes. I forgot the name of it. God, right on my tip of my brain. Arbitration. Yeah, arbitration. An arbitration. When you go to arbitration, that's all they are. When you understand what a hearing officer is disguised as, arbitration. They're disguised as people that's trying to make it appear as though they are neutral when they just got you relaxed and adding. And they're sitting down there, oh, so the mother did that and the mother did that. And by the time he gets in front of the judge, that don't mean nothing no more. And the woman is standing there looking strong. Do not go and talk to a hearing officers. That is your number one downfall. Don't talk to them. Curse them out. Curse them out. Curse them out. They can't say I'm gonna hold you in for contempt. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing to you. Say if they're overweight, say, hey, do you ever thought about going on a diet? If they got an ugly shirt on, say, what? You didn't pick that shirt out, did you? Excuse me? You didn't pick that shirt out, did you? Yeah. They don't mean nothing. That's why they have the name officer. It's all a facade to get you to listen. Okay. How many people you know went in front of a hearing officer and got locked up? Yeah, crickets. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing. Yeah. Yeah, about that many. Stop. Stop. Don't do it. Just stop it. Arbitrators don't do nothing but avoid, act like they are. They're not. When you decide you're going to go to court and respect the process, think about this. I went to HVAC class, plumbing. And I remember when I went to Lincoln Tech in Union, New Jersey. Something I don't tell you guys. But I went to Lincoln Tech. That's how I know how to do plumbing. And the first question that the professor or the teacher, the instructor asked the very first day, which is better to measure? A yardstick or a ruler? I said, it all depends on what you're measuring. He said, exactly. Trick question. When you guys go talk to a hearing officer, you guys are trying to get a fat person to go on a diet. It's the equivalent to saying that's a diet pill and that's a pizza. What do you mean that pizza? How about a pizza? Oh. You got some more of that pizza? Oh, you got some more of that pizza? That's what it's like. You're trying to get somebody to go on a diet while putting a pizza in front of them. That's what you're doing. So when you go talk to a hearing officer, it's like saying, I'm trying to win custody by telling you I like shooting kids. That's what it's like. They're not designed to hear you. Did you hear that? Hearing officers are not designed to hear you. They're not designed for it. So why are you talking to them? They don't have the ability to comprehend what you're saying. They don't. So why are you talking to them? Why are you talking to them? I brought this coffee yesterday and put it in the refrigerator. Why, y'all. I'm gonna see if it tastes, see if it has any taste. See? Says 1:09 p.m. and it's clearly 12:13. So I don't put sugar in my coffee. I just put cream. The biggest problem with hearing officers, if I can break it down and get specific, I mentioned it, but let me dig into the meat and potatoes of what it is exactly it is I'm talking about. You hear me say a lot. Let me show y'all this new book I wrote. I love this book. Hold on. Show y'all this new book I brought. Check this book out. The Body Atlas. Oh my. I read like 5 or 6 pages of it and got so excited. I came and put it on my bookshelf and said, I'm gonna wait till one day when I take at least 2 or 3 days off and I'm gonna just lose myself in knowledge. When you got to realize this. A hearing officer will, because remember, they're interpreters. So what they do is, and I said it earlier, they get you to drop your guard. They will even ask you things. So this is how court works. I'm trying to find the easiest way in to get y'all to comprehend and to ramp up. When you go to court, I'm suing Ted Jed. So I file a lawsuit, Chris Smith versus Ted Jed. So Ted Jed comes to court. The judge you've seen on all these judge shows. Okay, Mr. Smith, you're suing Ted Jed for $100. Prove your case. Your honor, blah, 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 blah. Right? You've seen that, yeah? But what you never see is all rise. Judge now is in session. This case before with Chris Smith and Ted Jed will not be heard. Ted Jed never says nothing. I'm going back and forth with the judge. When did they give you the money? Well, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do that? And you just going back and forth with the judge. That's what y'all go through when y'all go to family court. Y'all don't see it. A hearing officer is not supposed to ask you nothing. You're not supposed to get a piece of paper from court saying, come down here on the 3rd, bring in your license, bring your this. That's not court. And then you participate in it. They give you a sheet and tell you, bring all this stuff with you. And you guys just drop your pens, and make your bunhole available. Stop making your bunhole available. Just stop. Let me tell y'all a trick that which y'all need to know. I want y'all to listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. I want you to listen to me. Nobody ever told you this. One time I went to court. I went to court in front of Judge Joseph Isabella, 212 Washington Street, Newark, New Jersey. I went in front of Judge Joseph Isabella, and they did that thing to me. They gave me a whole bunch of stuff. I goes down to court. I didn't bring anything. And I remember saying to the judge, I don't understand this. So then they literally, Judge Joseph Isabella literally wanted to put me in, thought he was going to put me in a hot seat anyway. So he's like, oh, wait a minute. Nobody was talking, but he was like, wait a minute, to get everybody's attention to like, I'm going to put you on a hot seat. No such thing. I wear fireproof drawers. I wear Teflon ass pads. It wasn't going to happen. Hey, wait a minute. He says to me, you don't understand that. I said, no, I don't. He asked me what was the last year of high school I completed. I said, I'm not going to answer that. You're a judge. You're not a tutor. You don't teach school. You don't know my comprehension level. And he was just looking at me because he didn't expect me to say that. What am I getting at? Gee, I'm glad you fucking asked. A lot of y'all, this is why they say, do you understand these rights as I'm reading to you? And the person says something and they say yes or no. They need to say yes. Do you understand? Y'all have no idea how powerful non-understanding is when you go to court. Y'all don't. Y'all have no idea. If you sit there and look at a piece of paper that they sent you in the mail and say, I don't understand none of this. Let me ask you a question that's in parallel. When you go to court and they tell you you got to have supervised visitation, do you understand that? Of course not. You're trying to figure out, why am I getting supervised visitation? The brain is the brain will protect you from things that will hurt you. It will find a way to substitute logic where there is none. But individuals will sit down there and okay, bring this, and go down there and have everything. No. That was part of my power. The power of non-understanding. I don't understand. They're going to get mad at you. They're going to huff, puff, make it seem like, oh, you done stepped in it now. No, I didn't. I didn't. And if so, these are my bad shoes. It don't matter anyway. But keep talking. Keep talking. And the judge was like, I said, no, I don't understand this. And then like I said, he asked me what was the last grade that I completed. I said, I'm not going to answer that. You're not a tutor. You're a judge. You're not a tutor. By me answering that, I'm gonna tell you something in parallel to what that you can add to what I just said. You guys allow a lot of people to go to court and they are specialists at things that will suit them. You allow a judge to tell you, I think you're a harm to a child. You're a judge. How did you come up with that? You're a judge. They tried to tell me that now all of a sudden, because I am not going to understand nothing you're trying to tell me, that now they switch from judges and caseworkers to tutors and teachers and individuals that can test you on site and tell you, I'm going to assess your understanding and your comprehension ability. It ain't happening. I told the judge, Your Honor, what you should have did was sent the tutor along with this letter. Or maybe y'all should start giving classes so people can understand it. And he was looking at me like, and I just said to myself, I didn't say this aloud, yeah, mother, the dawning of a new era, the collapse of your bull as we know it. Stop understanding. Stop acting like, oh, I understand out of fear. I don't understand. And it's rightfully so. See, what y'all think is understanding means, hey, Chris, how you doing? I understand that means you ask me how I'm doing. But if I'm hanging off of a fucking cliff and you say, hey, Chris, how you doing? I'm not understanding why you asking me that. That's where we at with it. Make sense? I'm not understanding why the fuck are you talking to me like this? I'm on a fucking cliff. And that's what it gets down to. So the problem is with a lot of you guys, you go to court, you put yourself in a position where you're going to try and go ahead and just roll with all the stuff that they're saying. Stop rolling with the stuff that they're saying. Invoke some non-understanding. And it will be rightfully so. Once again, start invoking some non-understanding when you go to court. Because once again, if I say, I understand it if my wife decided to cheat on me. But I'm not going to understand if my wife tries to cheat on me and I confront her and she pulls a gun out on me. I'm not understanding that. Even though I know she's pulling a gun on me, I know bullets, I know that gun can kill me, but I'm not understanding why you're doing this. Not understanding. This is what y'all got to stop doing. Y'all have to stop doing this. Stop going to court and making it seem like everything that they do. They sent me paperwork and ran into a person that said, and I said to them, and I quote, "There's not a person in this building smarter than me. Not one. There's not a person in this building smarter than me." And then I also said one time, there isn't a person in this building worth more than me. I said, by the mere fact, y'all got to come to this building and work, and I don't have to come to work, makes y'all beneath me. Judge ain't say nothing. They don't want to open that Pandora's box. But it established my cocky. If like I'm gonna tell y'all this again, you better take cocky when you go, and never look at them. Just be looking like this. If the judge is at your 10 o'clock, if the judge is at your 2 o'clock, always look 12 o'clock. There isn't a person in this building smarter than me. By the mere fact y'all got to come to this building every day, make sure y'all not smarter than me. You will crush these people. You will crush them. When you get in front of a hearing officer, don't even look at them. You're not a judge. Yeah. I pleaded Fifth Amendment to this matter going in front of a judge. I don't talk to you people. Excuse me? Don't even say nothing. You plead the Fifth. Don't say nothing. They will try to make it appear as though, oh, you got to participate. No, you don't. So let's get into that. I keep telling you individuals, the worst thing you can do is talk to a hearing officer. But you don't hear me though. No, you don't hear me. I tell y'all the worst thing y'all could do is talk to a hearing officer. So what happened is you go and you talk to a hearing officer. And instead of talking to a hearing officer, you simply say, I pleaded Fifth Amendment to any further questioning until this matter go before a judge. What they're going to do, what this hearing officer is going to do, is try to glaze your bun hole. And what the hearing officer is going to do is going to try to glaze your bun hole. And that hearing officer is going to say, fine, we're going to continue this without you. I want to be clear about something. I want to be crystal clear. In the 25 years I've been doing this, not one time have I ever had somebody get a ruling done in after claiming they want to see a judge. They will sit there and say, well, fine, we're going to go on without you. And then the child's mom will say, well, he liked the little kids. Yeah, he liked little kids. And then they'll look at you, waiting for you to respond. The second you respond, you just waive your right to go in front of a judge. It's the same thing. Like now, what happens is you see the way they arrest you now. When the second they call the cops, they read you your Miranda rights because they know you want to tell them something. So they don't Mirandarize you after you're under arrest. They go ahead and, hi, yeah, that man slapped me. Okay, that man right there. Okay, sir, I'm going to read you your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent, blah, 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 blah. Of course you want to say your part. By the mere fact you saying your part is they done read you your Miranda rights. Now you forfeit the right to shut the up. It's all slickery. So a hearing officer will say, well, we're going to continue without you. And then the mother will be saying, and he like to do this, and they'll just be looking at you. They'll go through the motions. But I'm telling you, it means absolutely nothing. Nothing. It don't mean nothing. You can go ahead and believe it if you want to. You can believe it if you want 2. You can believe it if you want 3. You can believe it if you want anything. It's not it. Listen, it's all a game. It's all a game. That's all it is. Appreciate those thumbs up. It's all a game. A game. It's a game. It's all a game. How many times have you seen a fat, overweight cop run and chase somebody? How many times have you seen that? You haven't. So if listen, you dog walk yourself into your own demise. When I say that, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end it with this. They want to give the woman custody. They find reasons in your testimony to justify it. You heard what I just said? They want to give the woman, they want to give her custody. So they'll ask you things or they'll make it about your life. They don't make it about hers. This is why y'all be fighting people that live with their mama and you got a house and you're fighting somebody. I just had a client earlier. His wife is an illegal. I'm like, how are you fighting an illegal? Y'all are so like, there's no such thing. Mike Tyson is going to say, and in this corner, Mike Tyson, 35 and old. The man is vicious, Iron Mike. And in the corner with the pink trunks, with no fight experience other than her little sister, little Jane. Yeah, Mike, I'm gonna you up, Mike. You'll never see that fight. You'll never see it. You'll never see it. You will never see it. So how are you guys in court fighting custody with people that don't have a job? Y'all be fighting people that don't have a job. Y'all be fighting people that don't have jobs. Y'all be fighting chicks that don't have a job. Y'all be fighting chicks on welfare. Nuh-uh. But it's all done possible because the hearing officer has glazed your bunhole to have you think that this is grounds for a fight. This is equal. Yeah, this is some equal. It's not. Go eat a brick and knock it off. That woman don't have. I do. What's the problem? And the biggest reason, because the way y'all go at it, the perspective, your whole lineup is wrong. There is a court protocol that you must use, the wording that you must use. I'm gonna end it with this on the wording. Like I tell individuals, my book that I wrote, this book right here, when I first wrote this book, I was 60,000 words in and scratched it. You know why? Because the book sounded like a video. And then I had to remember what my English teachers told me in college when he failed me. He said, you're very smart, but you talk like you write. So instead of saying, I went to the house and she didn't give me the kid, and I knocked on the door numerous times, you're supposed to say, I went to the residence numerous times. I even called prior to going over to the residence to no avail. That's how you're supposed to say it. You guys don't know that. It's like when somebody knock on your door. You're supposed to say, who's there? But we say now, who is it? That's just the proper perspective. So when I draft up people's motions, they be looking at the stuff like wow, I'd have never said this. Of course you wouldn't. You're a father, you're going to put your emotions into it. And that's when they read the motion, when they read motions that we draft up, it's no end. It's no end for, see, we got them. Everything is, as they read it, they like, damn, this is a solid argument. You guys got to have solid arguments. And you don't. You don't. You don't. We can help you though. 732-875-9111. You'll text your name and $50 consultation. I'm ready when you're ready. All right. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.